everyone, it's Ellie and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit embarrassing, a little bit awkward, and hopefully you find it a little bit funny because I do. I am going to be telling you the story of my first kiss. It's an interesting one. So without any further ado, let's get started and let's violate myself on the internet and scratch my shoulder at the same time. And make sure you stay tuned in to the end of the video to find out if me and the boy that I kissed are still friends, best friends, enemies, hate each other, romantically in love, or whatever else. So stay tuned to find that out. Okay, so I guess the first thing to do is kind of give you a little idea of what was going on when I had my first kiss. Ugh. So I was 16, which all my friends had already had their first kiss, or like nearly all of them. And I was super like, oh, I need to just give someone a kiss, do you know what I mean? Like I need to just pucker up, because most of my friends had their first kiss at like 13, 14, 15, and I was 16. I mean, I can kind of see why no one wanted to kiss me, but it's fine, I'm fine. So I'm 16, I'm in year 10, and I'm at my first ever house party. Like I'd been to like house parties before, but they were like house parties where it's like come at 7, leave at like 10:30, and it was very like my parents might go out for an hour, but this was like a house party. So it was at Claudia's house. If you've seen her in like any of my other videos or on my Instagram, it was at Claudia's house. Her parents were on holiday, and it was the first house party where I was drinking alcohol. I know, so naughty. I was 16 drinking alcohol, but I had never ever drank alcohol before, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna big up me, I'm an adult, yeah. Also, for any Americans watching this, I just want to say that the drinking age in the UK is 18, not 21, so it's not as bad that I was 16, I guess. It's up to you to decide. So yeah, and at the kind of time when I had my first kiss, I had drank like a decent amount of alcohol. Like, can I just interject for a second and say that when I say a decent amount of alcohol, I mean 2 WKDs. Outgoing. I thought that I was so drunk. I was like, OMG, I'm so drunk. But I just wasn't. Like, now I'm 18, I've actually been drunk. I realised I was like a little bit tipsy. I just had that confidence boost, you know? But other than that, I was just normal year 10, slightly weird Ellie. I mean, I'm weird now, but I was like weirder then. No, actually that's a lie. I just got weirder and weirder as I grew up anyway. Let's carry on with the video. So that is kind of like what was happening at the time, and everyone was getting with everyone, and it was all just crazy stuff because it was like a lot of our first house parties where we drank or like drank a lot, and so it was kind of spooky. But yeah, anyway. The next thing to talk about would be the boy. I don't want to say his name, but like if he's watching this then he knows it's him, so I'm so sorry for outing you so publicly. And also, yeah, I just don't really know what to say, so I'm just gonna tell the story. I'm gonna refer to him as Boy A because I'm not outing anyone here. So me and Boy A had been friends for like quite a long time. Like we've been close for like the most part of a year probably, and we would always like do stuff in groups together, but like never just the two of us. Like we would always do stuff with like us and Claudia, or us and like some of his friends, and you know, it wasn't like there was no flirtiness, there was no are we talking, like there was just none of that. Like it wasn't even a thought, it was just we're friends, like really good friends, like nearly best friends, but that was it. There was nothing else. Now, if you want to know what makes this story really, really uncomfortable and like actually weirder than what it was my first kiss, but it wasn't his first kiss because he kissed Claudia, my best friend, like 2 weeks before this happened. And that was Claudia's first kiss. So me and my best friend both kissed the same guy for our first kiss 2 weeks apart, and it was traumatic because no one wants that for themselves. I mean, I knew that he kissed Claudia. I knew that Claudia kissed him, but I just... Anyway, so that is kind of all the information you need on Boy A. I can't really think of anything else to say other than like... yeah, that's it really. So I guess now we get on to the juicy part of the story, which is the part where we kissed. Okay, so we're at the party, everyone's a bit drunk. I don't want to say drunk, that's not the right word. Everyone's tipsy, but we're also 15 and 16, so we think we are absolutely waved out our heads. I came down the stairs and someone said that boy A was in the garden and he was really upset, and I was like, aw, boy A's in the garden and he's really upset. And so obviously I'm like, okay, don't worry guys, like I'm friends with him. I'll make sure he's okay. So I go out into the garden and sure enough there is boy A, and he is having a little cry, a little meltdown, which sounds completely like random and like why, but to be fair to him, his dog had just died, which sounds like I'm just randomly throwing that in the mix, but that did happen. So it was very justified crying, but also the fact that he was drinking, like sad and alcohol do not go together. To any teenagers watching this that are gonna drink alcohol in their future, sad and alcohol don't mix very well, especially not for this guy personally. Like he just couldn't take the two at the same time. So he's crying and my friend Casey was there and she was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And like, oh, so then I sat down and I'm like, oh my god, are you alright? And like, you know, hugs and all that, because he was crying, and I'm the kind of person that I see someone crying and I'm like, oh no, like my heart just breaks. So I was like, it's okay. And oh, this is such a weird story. Why am I telling this? Anyway, so I was like, Casey, I'll talk to him, it's okay. And she went inside, and so it's just me and boy A, and we're outside and we're sitting on a wooden table, like on the table. It was like a garden furniture table, but it was quite old, like it wasn't particularly sturdy. It was like a weak table. He was kind of like leaning on it, but I was sitting on it. And I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. This is what I'm doing, it's all right. Okay. And then he kind of like stopped crying and we were just like chatting, and then he was kind of like sad though, and he was like, everyone's getting with everyone. And then this is where I don't want to out names, so I'm gonna make it up, but he was like, Bob's getting with Sarah and Janine and Derek and Quinn and Quelcy. I don't know, he just like listed up all these people, and then he was like, I've not got with anyone. Will you get with me? And I don't really know why. In that moment, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Oh, no. Here we are on a table and we're like leaning in, really kind of awkwardly, but also kind of like. And then I didn't really know what to do. I'd never kissed anyone before. And like, I just didn't know what to do, so I was like. But it wasn't, okay, here's the thing. It wasn't a kiss that was like. It was like a kiss that was like, oh no, 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 and like, and it was like, ah! I just so was unprepared. I was shook. Anyway, so that happens and I'm kind of like, and I was like shook. And then someone, I can't remember who it was, but one of my friends ran outside and was like, hey, and we were like this. Hi, we didn't just kiss. And then they came and sat on the table, and then the table completely snapped. It broke. The table just like concaved like this. And there we are all sitting on the floor in the broken table that I just had my first kiss on. And yeah, so then I got kind of awkward, but like I was playing it off as like, OMG, I'm drunk, but I wasn't. I was just awkward and kind of uncomfy, and I was like, okay, bye. And so I like got up super fast and I like ran into the house, and I ran upstairs and into the bathroom where, you know, if you live in England and you go to house parties in like year 10 and 11, do you ever just go upstairs and find people just sitting in the bath fully dressed, like with a drink, like? Because I'm pretty sure that's a relatable thing, but I went upstairs to the toilet and there's Claudia in the bath with some of my other friends. They're just there like, hey. And they're like, hey, where have you been? And I'm like, I just kissed boy A. And they were like, And so that was my kiss with boy A. Also, I just want to mention this because it's kind of funny. In the morning after this all happened, we all go downstairs and Claudia was like, whoa, who broke the table? And we all were like, oh, Claudia, sorry, we broke your table. And she was like, it's okay, let's just throw it over the fence and then it's not our problem anymore. So we all picked up the table and threw it over the fence because we were 16 and stupid, and what else could you do with a broken table? So many things. But yeah, Claudia didn't want her parents to find out that we broke the table, so we picked it up, threw it over the fence, and it was gone. Problem no longer. Sorted. Voila. Boy A now actually is kind of incognito. Like where is boy A? I do want to clarify, we didn't like completely get awkward after this. We did stay friends and we kind of like laughed about it almost immediately after, so it was fine and it was not horrible or weird or awkward. And it actually didn't ruin the friendship. We stayed friends until like about a year ago maybe. And we didn't fall out, we just drifted a lot, and then he unadded me on Snapchat like 2 months ago and I have no idea why, but at the same time, fair enough. I don't know, I really don't know. Anywho, that was the story of my first kiss. It was embarrassing, and do I wish I could have done it a little bit different? Yes, definitely. However, like, it was still somewhat a good memory. Could have been better, but it could have been worse, but it was hugely embarrassing. Lovely. Thank you for what. So that's that, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this story time as much as I enjoyed cringing over it. Yay! If you enjoyed this story time, then please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already by clicking that big red subscribe button. And you can also turn on notifications with the little notification bell, because I post every Sunday and Wednesday and you don't want to miss a thing, so make sure you're subscribed. Notifications on. I'd love it if you could stay up to date by following all of my social medias, which I linked in the description box below. Give this video a thumbs up and let's try and get this video to 2,000 thumbs up. So I hope we can do it, guys. Actually, I know we can do it, so thumbs up this video. That really is it for now. I guess all that's left to say is I love you a lottie, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.